Okay. So I'm waiting for that live button. That's come on live now. So team, I'm pretty excited. Those of you that are watching on Facebook or live right now, I'm going to wait that audience build up. We're also going to be having this sent out to our clients, so you'll be able to watch it on demand. But I don't even think I think in the next 10 minutes, Nicola, we're going to give people an outline why at the moment we're way ahead versus any other year in ticket sales, but we want to make this the biggest AREC ever. So Nicola, how many ARECs have you done?
This will be my 11th AREC.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty special one. It's our 25th anniversary. So we're going all out.
Yeah. So Nicola, and a lot of people don't realize it because they keep thinking, AREC 2023. AREC 2023 is happening in less than 4 weeks.
Yes.
We're talking about the actual date is Sunday the 28th and
Correct.
Monday the
28th, 29th. Yeah, up in the Gold Coast Convention Centre.
Okay, and the plan is that most people end up finishing their opens and then they hop on either 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, some 7 o'clock flight. Most go Gold Coast, some go Brisbane and drive there. And the Gold Coast, Nicola, is just this. It's a spiritual home of AREC.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think there's any other better location than, it's the Gold Coast weather in May is just beautiful. It's not, the cold sort of temperatures that we get further down south. And it's a beautiful little playground for people to come on up and do some business, but also then have a bit of relaxation in there as well. So it's a perfect destination.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly just share the brochure just for a moment. And it's come up there on the screen here. And yes, 25th year anniversary there. In fact, let me just scroll down here.
And I'll just mention, Tom, while you're doing that for those that attended last year, we are posting out the hard copy brochure, which I've got a copy of here, and it's beautiful. That is coming. It hit the post yesterday, so you should all receive it by the end of the week.
Oh, beautiful. So we are getting a hard copy brochure too.
Yes.
Yeah, someone treat those like Vogue magazines.
Well, they are. I mean, look at it. Can you see that? It just looks stunning. Yeah. So, yeah.
So that brochure's coming out in the next few days, is it?
Correct. Yeah, it went to the post yesterday.
Okay, so Reith Witherspoon I'm going to just flip through very quickly through the brochure. Reith Witherspoon, right? So, I put a post up there last week, and someone posted. They say, "Oh, what is Reith? What is this actress going to teach us about business and real estate?" And I just wasn't in the mood to spend half an hour replying back, "Hey, listen, you better find out about who she is and what she actually does."
Totally.
But she is one of Hollywood's most successful business entrepreneurs.
Correct. Yes, correct. And I mean, just even the messaging, when we were sort of pitching for ideas and who we wanted to be the keynote speaker or the headline speakers, we like to draw from outside of the industry because there are so many lessons and crossovers on that. And Reece in particular, she was being typecast for, the legally blonde type roles, and she had outgrown that. She wanted more. She wanted to challenge herself more. And when she wasn't getting those opportunities, she thought, well, I'm not going to sit here and, do nothing about it. So she went out and created her own production company and created those opportunities for herself. So it's don't wait for opportunity, go and make it. And I think, that applies to our industry so completely as well, that it's don't sit there and wait for the listings to come, go and do it yourself, go and better your business, go and learn the tips and stuff that you can do that you can implement immediately. So I think her message will be so strong for our industry.
Okay, so I'll scroll back down here and then I'm having a look there. So Nicola, the venue this year is going to be right around, so 360 degrees, which is my preferred because it brings everyone into the game. It's a bit like the new Allianz Stadium. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, it brings you onto the field and
you're in the action. Exactly. Yeah. And obviously we were a sellout last year in that capacity. So we need to move it and change it. So yeah, we're going to win the round.
Okay. So I'm here having a look here at the program. Reece would say kicks it off on Sunday morning.
Correct.
Right.
Be on time, everybody.
And then you got Ryan Serhan, who has to be the highest profile single real estate agent in the world at the moment. And I've been following him on social media lately. He's really on point. And what I really like about this, Nicola, is we're going to go from a non-real estate person to a hardcore real estate person. And then after that, Madison, who is one of his leading agents that works in Ryan Serhan's business, she's labeled as the NYC agent. John McGrath, he was the one, Nicola, that told us we've got to get her involved, because she seems to have learned how to actually look successful without ego, how to actually get people's attention without saying, I want your money and commission breath. So she's going to do a presentation on how she uses social media.
Exactly. Yeah. Powerhouse in the social media space. Yep.
Then the guy that I know at the end of the conference, whether we like it or not, whether we've seen him 10 times or not, whether we're connected to them on YouTube, Tom Ferry, in person, in the flesh, he's going to be there, and he's going to listen. He's doing 2 sessions. People score very, very high.
Definitely. And Tom's part of our, like yourself, the 2 Toms, a part of our DNA. You know, we've had Tom on the stage countless times over the 25 years. So it wouldn't have been a celebratory AREC without him, I feel. So very excited for that session.
Okay. Sean Hughes, WA, representing Perth, a great real estate agent who's going to be talking about how he doesn't chase business, but how it gets it to come to him. And he's going to tic-tac on that. Kate Ashton, who I spoke to last night and this morning, she actually sent me a message at 2:30 in the morning last night showing me her slides, right?
Yeah.
And I was having a look at her slides, and she's actually giving a test run of the presentation to me tomorrow in Melbourne. And I've got to tell you, Nicola, if she lost like 20, 30 kilos and started doing 120 sales a year at the same time, and she's just going to talk about, bang, what is it that she did to get her health and business in order in a short time.
Yeah. It all goes hand in hand, right? Yeah.
So Sharon Sravista, has, I've never heard him speak, but Nicola, he gets rave reviews.
Definitely, yeah.
By business people about his business intel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just that really, you know, rags to riches, humble beginnings, and still very humble person as well. So again, I'm really looking forward to that one. I think that's going to be great. Okay,
then we move on. We have lunch. Lunch is a nicely spaced out. People go and have lunch next door in the exhibition centre. I believe you have been booked out.
Yes, we're sold out. We've been sold out in the expo for about a month. And we've even added in additional exhibition booths, and they've gone as well. So it's a full room in there, which is really exciting. Lots of new exhibitors as well. So I'm really excited for our delegates to get to go and network with those exhibitors too, and see what new products are coming out for them to use in their business. Okay. Then we've got 25-year anniversary, meant we must bring the best 25-year speakers that we've had. And they are the GOATs. They are the legends of real estate, the heavy titans, Alexander Phillips, James Tostovan, Marcus Chiminello, and Phil Harris, all on the stage at the same time, digging deep, crucial conversations, no fluff, just real stuff. Yeah. And then at 3:45, Rich Roll, who's a John McGrath favourite, referred to me. I started following on social media. He's the smart man's motivation person. Yes, correct. And not to be missed there as well, we've got Sarah Bell from CoreLogic. Talking to us on data and how to use that in our favor. Yeah, she's she's great, because she what she does, Nicola, is she explains how to use case studies and stories to transform people. I mean, we know that facts tell and stories sell. And she's going to, I think, cover how to deliver a beautiful story that makes the client want to actually make a decision. Yes. Next morning, Tom Ferry, again, is going to kick it off. Tom, you missed Caitlyn kicking us off on day 2. Sorry. Caitlyn. Sorry, my brochure was further down. So Caitlyn Jenner. So on authenticity. So Nicola, I posted up a post about Caitlyn. Saw that. 90% of people were positive. 10% of people had a few sarcastic, smarty comments. Hey, listen, I want to tell you, out of all the people, Nicola,
Caitlyn Jenner, hey, listen, I was brought up in Australia in the early 70s. And I can relate to being a minority group, right? Back then, right? Things like words wogs, you know what I mean? I want to find out, like Caitlyn, she has, like, if you look at it, how does someone like that cope with negativity, adversity, hostility, and still become one of the greatest athletes, and then actually basically say, I'm taking my mask off. I have to be me. And a lot of people don't get it with Caitlyn. I find it interesting. She's a Trump supporter, right? Because she's not what you would turn around and think in the transgendered community. You know?
Correct. And I just think it's also just really broadening our horizons as well, and getting beyond what we sort of, think is what we should be listening to, and listening to, different views and stuff like that. It can only make you a more rounded and better person, in my opinion. Then we've got Tom for a second.
Susan Scott. So I have to say, Nicola, I believe in the marketplace that we've had to learn to deliver bad news in a positive way.
Yes.
And she's going to be the world's best at taking a subject that you don't want to have, that you're uncomfortable about. Example, your home is overpriced and we need to drop it, or we need to actually do this to get your home sold. And a lot of agents struggle telling people what they need to hear. They're very good at telling them what they'd like to hear, but they're not very good at actually addressing that elephant in the room. And she's got a whole hour with us, so I'm pumped about that, Nicola. Totally.
And she, when I've seen her present before, she has everybody hanging on her every word. She delivers in such a really well-toned and timed presentation. And I know that one's going to be a huge hit. And also, again, not just workplace, but, relationship conversations as well, and how that all carries over into our personal lives. So there are definitely lots of takeaways from that, from Susan's spot.
Okay, then we move on. Amit Nayak, $3 million GCI, 200 sales a year, average price, 800 grand. This guy's going to show you how to have 8 vendor meetings in 2 hours using technology. This guy's going to show you how to run a process-driven McDonald's type business, listing and selling real estate. And what I like about him, Nicola, is that this guy, like many successful agents, only 5, 6, 7 years ago, were either working in the council, might have been an Uber driver. He was a chef. He was a chef.
Yeah, completely different field. Yeah.
Shane Brocklebank represents the Kiwis at AREC 2023. We've had 2 false starts with Shane.
That's
once
correct.
was COVID, and once there was a family situation he had to address. But firefighter to fighting fees. Nicola, in the real estate gym, his video on how to get a high commission and not lose the listing is one of my most watched videos in 8 years.
Wow.
This guy here, he is very good.
That's
so
fantastic.
if you're the sort of agent, if you're an agent that has problems with getting a listing because other agents go in cutting fees, spend time with Shane at AREC. Justin Nickerson, a great auctioneer in Queensland, is going to actually just talk about the 3 key successes that's got an auction flavor, but not about being an auctioneer, about being a great agent. And I've seen him on video. He's great. Kieran Breshahan is going to talk about negotiation, influence, one of the best agents, ex-butcher. Cindy Cash, one of Ray White's best agent, balancing act, family, mother, a wife.
And also achieved her success in quite a short time as well, with all of that going on. Yeah.
So tell us about Ned Brockman, Nicola.
So Ned Brockman will be but that last session is always one of our favorite to look for the conference keynote closing. And I think we've nailed it with Ned. So Ned is a tradie, he's in his early 20s. And he's 23 years old. And feels like he wanted to challenge himself. If you keep scrolling, his page will come up. He ended up running from Perth to Bondi, the whole across Australia, and raise money for charity. And it's all about, getting comfortable, being uncomfortable. So, just that simple message of really challenging yourself. And he's a real, I reckon he'd probably win prize for best mullet. And he's just a real down to earth guy that, you know, will just close us out. There he is. Will close us out perfectly on day 2.
Yeah. So team, I've just flipped through it there. They're our agent speakers there, right?
And we obviously as well have the property management side as well, but you know, we will deep dive into that again later. But yeah, we've got 33 speakers in total this year, which is absolutely huge. And I personally, I know we say every year it's our biggest, it's our best, but this one, it really is the caliber of speakers that we've achieved and secured. And that is the beauty of, you know, I look at it as the beauty of post-pandemic world, that the technology like this now means that we are able to access speakers that we never would have had access to before. So, you know, while we would love to have them there on stage, being able to still get them is such a win. So it's something we're very proud of.
I don't know. I actually think conference speakers by video stream is a lot more effective than video streaming on a computer at home. And the reason I say it, Nicola, is I have a look at what's happened at AREC in that room in the dark.
Yes,
like
Gary V. Yeah.
So Gary V, the lady from Shark Tank, Barbara Corcoran.
Yeah, Barbara Corcoran. Yep.
Video, and I think she scored one of the best sessions there. So we clearly know it does work.
It does.
But 80% of the speakers are going to be in the room.
That's right. Exactly.
So Nicola, tickets are, the basic ticket is a gold ticket.
That's correct. So the gold ticket is $950. I would encourage everybody, if you haven't secured yours, please get on and do so, because it is moving very quickly. And we did have situations last year where people had secured their flights and accommodation, but not their tickets, and they missed out. So you don't want to be one of those people.
Well, I know that for a fact, because I had my own clients. Like, you know, Josh Tesselin had 30 of his people there, and they got to the Gold Coast and said, Josh, there's no tickets, mate. Like, this was not a sales tactic, right?
No, gosh, no. God, if I wouldn't want to get as many people in that room as we can, but we're at capacity, so I don't want anyone to have that issue again this year. So jump on and do it now.
Okay, and if you want to have a splurge, you can get the $1,300 ticket.
That's correct. So the platinum ticket, and that is almost, I think we've only got about 30 of those left as well. So again, jump on and secure that. That obviously gives you access to the platinum lounge, to the premium seating at the front of the venue, and it also gives you a concierge system for booking your travel and accommodation, and also the footage that we sell of the entire event, which that alone is worth $300. So, you know, you get that included complimentary.
Okay. And Nicola, if you haven't done it, you go to AREC Conference.
ARECconference.com, and everything's on there. The tickets, all the details of the speakers, the program. We've got accommodation that we've secured as well. So and again, that's almost gone. But you can do it all on the one website. So jump on and get going on that so that you don't miss out.
So it's arecconference.com.au or .com.
Both will work.
If you're a real estate gym member, you have got a real estate gym code. We know that you get a discount. For those of you that haven't booked, please do so. Book your flights, book your accommodation. Where do most people stay? They stay at the casino and the Sofitel?
At the Star and the Dorset. And then now we've got the Sofitel back this year. We haven't had it for the last 2 years because it was a quarantine hotel, but it's back and been all refurbed and lovely. So yeah, we've got that one in the mix as well in our accommodation block.
Okay. And Sunday night, when the conference finishes, is there a drink session?
Correct. We've got the networking party, which is just in the exhibition hall. So we run that from the conclusion of conference for 2 hours. Just so, you know, that gives everyone the chance to come together, reflect on the day, and then they can still go out for their own team dinners and stuff afterwards. So yeah, that's why we keep it to the 2 hours. Okay,
team. Nicola, well done on the 25th anniversary AREC.
And to you too.
I'm just, you know, pumped. I'm going to get there on Saturday night, and I'll stay there a little bit extra. And, you know, like if you're planning to head back on the Sunday, I think the event on the Sunday, Nicola, finishes at, let me have a look here.
On Sunday or on Monday?
Sorry, on the Monday. It finishes.
We're done by 3:45.
Okay, so what you want to be doing is allowing to get a flight not before 6 p.m, I would say. 4 o'clock, aim to have your flights from 6 p.m, get a 6 or 6:30 or 7 o'clock, whatever's available, to head home. And come back, and you've basically put 48 hours of personal development that's going to set up your next financial year. Nicola, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, Tom. And we look forward to seeing everyone up on the Gold Coast.
See you then, team.
Bye-bye.
Signing on.